Hello everybody, this is your Siddha coach, Raju. It's been a while since I did a recording, so I thought I'll catch up with everybody. I want you to see this place that I'm walking into. Just look at this. It's just full of woods, nobody around, and I really love it. So anyways, what are we talking about today? If you remember, we talked about Siddha Success Coaching, and I am your Siddha Success Coach. So just to give you a little bit of a background, what are we trying to accomplish here? We are trying to help all the people that are stuck in their corporate lives. I call them corporate slaves. We're trying to help them get unstuck. That's the best word I can think of, and figure out a better way to get themselves into a situation where they are happy and in symbiosis. And also all the failed entrepreneurs who tried multiple times, and we are trying to help you, Mr. or Miss failed entrepreneur, how to really figure out and set up a business for yourself that you are in symbiosis with. Symbiosis is actually another explanation of yoga. That's another definition for yoga, rather. So, why am I the right person to do this? The reason for that is I have been a corporate slave and a failed entrepreneur, but luckily, over the last few years, I have figured out the way to get out of that rut and get myself unstuck, and now I am a very successful executive and an entrepreneur who's got his hands in multiple things. It's so funny. Many people I talk to who are my friends in the corporate world, they ask me, how do you manage to do so many things, Raju? And I'm like, it's a very simple answer. The simple answer is, when you're doing things with your mind, what happens is you are always swimming against the current, and you have a classic case of burnout. And please, all you corporate slaves know what a burnout is. It's when you're just working, and at the end of the day, end of the year, end of the month, you're like, I can't do this anymore. That's that feeling of burnout, And the reason you feel the burnout is because you are following your mind and not your heart. So why and how can I do so many things at the same time? At this point in time, I'm doing about 10, maybe 8 to 10 different things. Everything has got its own stream: entrepreneurial, advisory, advising, and everything else. So the reason for that is because I'm following my heart. But it's easier said than done, right? There's a lot of reasons why corporate people or entrepreneurs feel stuck. How can you really get out of the situation, and how can I help you get out of the situation? So that's what we're going to be talking about. I'm going to be focusing on the principles I learned from my Guruji, Guru Pashupati. It's basically Siddha principles. Siddha school of yoga is a very esoteric school of yoga that has not been really discussed a lot, or it's not been in the mainstream media for a long time, more than 150 years. And thanks to Guru Pashupati, who actually is a Himalayan yogi, who basically got this knowledge from his teacher, and he's sharing it with us. And my job is to try and interpret the data and the knowledge in a way that people in the modern day society can actually relate to and apply, practically speaking, right? So that's what my job is. So here's my solution for the day. There are a lot of principles that are going out there in terms of management and self-help and how to make yourself better. But I want to boil it down to a set of very simple principles. These principles are based on Siddha Yoga. So really, how does one get unstuck from your current professional situation and your current entrepreneurial situation? We all know that there are lots of us that have tried many ventures or are working a job that they feel stuck at. What is my next move? How do I fix this problem? So the way to solve these problems are using our ancient Vedic principles, Siddha principles. There are two modalities, and we're going to learn about how each of these modalities intermingle, and you can actually solve the problem for yourself and get better and get yourself unstuck or from your current situation, which is either a professional situation or an entrepreneurial situation, and then figure out how to kind of build your life from there, right? So the two modalities are there's Icha, Kriya, Gnana and Yoga. Icha is your purpose, your goal, your intention. That's what Icha is. Kriya is your action, everything to do with what you do. Gnana, which is knowledge, and Yoga, which is symbiosis. Knowledge, the Western society has it backwards, and fortunately I lived that society, and I followed everything that was taught to me and everything that was prescribed as the way to do it, and I ended up very frustrated. So the Western society talks about how you basically are into doing this education, learning, and then you get a job, and then you try and grow in that job, right? So it's completely backwards, because the knowledge you're gaining, and I think 100% of you agree with me, whatever knowledge I learned in school or college or postgraduate, it's basically, I would say 99% is useless. The real knowledge is not knowledge that you learn in school, while we still go to school for many reasons. The real knowledge is knowledge you gain when you are trying to accomplish something. So that is very interesting, because if you just think about it, if you set a goal of, like, for example, say publishing a video like I'm doing right now, or say I want to learn a particular code of some sort, or not learn, but say I want to solve a particular problem using coding, you automatically, your body and your mind starts working towards solving the problem, and by doing that you end up learning the knowledge, right? So knowledge is sequential after action. So you have an intention, you then have the second thing is action, and then knowledge comes to you, and the last thing is yoga, which is symbiosis. And symbiosis basically means that these three things that we did before are in synergy, and it's kind of cyclical. You go through a cycle of Icha, Kriya, Gnana, Yoga, which is symbiosis, where everything is going well, and then there's a feedback loop that you continue and you improve upon, which gives you your desired result. That's one modality. The second modality is Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha. Now, Dharma is morality or righteousness, and it's very important to commingle Icha and Dharma, because your intention or your purpose or your goal should be moral. If you don't have the right morality within your action, you're basically going to lose out, as in your tank's going to get empty very fast. So I'm going to be talking about how you basically figure out the way to create an intention which is morally right for you. And that's half the battle. Once you get that right, everything kind of follows a sequence and you follow the motion. Artha is basically a combination of your action and knowledge, right? It's kind of like a combination of Kriya and Gnana, and that's where your livelihood comes into picture. So this is where you have a clear definition of what you can provide to this world, or what your ISP is, sorry, not ISP, USP is, unique service proposition, right? That's what the word they use. So the question then becomes is, how are you going to sequence all of these things? So dharma, artha, karma. Now karma can be interpreted in many ways, but in our professional construct, karma is very simply put, it's the drive or ambition, right? And and you need energy, and usually base energy, they talk about karma being sexual energy, and that's kind of what is the battery that helps you accomplish things. The question is, how can you harness that energy? How can you maintain the drive? How can you have a sexy ambition and get to your goal, right? That's what is important in terms of karma. And moksha is liberation. Now liberation is not liberation from life. That's something that people misunderstand. Liberation is liberation from your slavery, liberation from this being stuck kind of situation, right? Why do you want to be in that situation? So you want to be liberated, you want to be like humming, you want to be in top gear, driving your car, going smooth, whatever makes you feel good. It's that spot of complete symbiosis where you're one with yourself and nature. So that is what these modalities kind of talk about, right? So I gave you an overview. However, I'm going to give you a solution in terms of what you want to do to come up with the right intention. And there are three basic questions. Question number one is, who are you? And you need to really answer that question with brutal honesty. You can you use your feelings. I am a professional marketing person. I'm a YouTuber. I am a manager. I'm a software programmer. And you need to talk about how you feel about it. The second question is, where are you at this point in time? As in, talk about where you are contextually in terms of your life, professional life and entrepreneurial life. And that's also very important. And the third thing is, who are you with? And that is equally important, because these people that you are with are your circle of influence that are helping your professional life, or they're not helping your professional life. It could be a really disgusting manager who's always taking credit for your work, or it could be your spouse who is not happy with you, or your parents. These things are all matter. So you really need to kind of write it up and say, these are the things, these are the people who are with me. And once you have these three questions properly answered, you will then be in the envious position of understanding where your current location is in the GPS map. So you have the start point, and we need to figure out the destination, but get the start point. And these three questions help you really cut through all the noise. When there are very open-ended questions like, who are you? I am a dad or something. It's not contextual, right? You really need to get down to a level of articulating what your professional situation is, so that you can then build it out from there. So those are the things that I just thought I'll share with you today. I'm going to sign off, but really excited about doing this. Just as a quick note, we're going to be creating a program that will help us manage our livelihood or professional lives, either as an entrepreneur or as a professional, in a way that is symbiotic, that you're going to be happy with and not be using the F word all the time. and it's going to be a network of mentors and coaches. So it's almost going to be like a Gurukulam structure, where you clearly are defining your destination, and you will have mentors and peoples, including myself, by the way, who will help you solve the problems, because we have already solved the problems in the past. So that is the kind of dynamic, powerful ecosystem we're trying to build, and hopefully you will join our community, our group, and I appreciate any comments, and we'll build something beautiful. I'm going to sign out. Once again, this is Raju, your Siddha coach. Please like the video and share it with your friends who are corporate slaves and failed entrepreneurs who tried multiple times but fell flat on their face because of a lack of skills. All right? Take care. Bye-bye.